Have you ever found yourself gazing at the vastness of your own life, feeling a quiet emptiness, a sense that perhaps all the striving, all the chasing leads to a horizon that never truly arrives? It's a profound question many of us grapple with, a subtle ache that whispers, is this all there is? We embark on grand journeys, pursue ambitious dreams, only to sometimes arrive at a destination feeling just as lost as when we began. This feeling, this sense of pointlessness, can be incredibly isolating, yet it is a universal human experience. But what if the very thing you are searching for isn't out there at all, but lies within a shift in perspective, a gentle recalibration of your heart? Consider the story of Elara, a young woman who lived in a land filled with bustling markets and ancient silent forests. From an early age, Elara felt a deep yearning for purpose, a desire to find the grand, singular meaning of her existence. She watched others, seemingly content, building their lives, but for Elara, it always felt like something was missing. She believed her purpose was a magnificent hidden treasure, waiting to be unearthed in some far-off land, perhaps atop the highest peak or at the end of the longest river. So she packed a meager bag and set off, determined to find the answer. Her journey began with great enthusiasm. She traveled to bustling cities, believing that in the clamor of ambition and innovation, she would discover her calling. She learned many trades, from weaving intricate tapestries to carving delicate sculptures, but each time, after mastering a skill, a hollow feeling would return. This is not it, she would sigh, and then move on. She read ancient scrolls in forgotten libraries, searching for philosophical truths, hoping a wise sage's words would illuminate her path. The words were profound, but the personal resonance, the deep sense of belonging, eluded her. She spent years traversing deserts, climbing mountains, and sailing across treacherous seas, always seeking the grand revelation, the moment when a celestial light would descend and declare her life's ultimate objective. But with each passing year, the landscapes changed, her body grew weary, and her heart, instead of feeling closer to its purpose, felt increasingly heavy. The initial excitement had waned, replaced by a dull ache of disappointment. She had seen so much, learned so much, yet the fundamental question remained unanswered. What is the point of all this? She often whispered to the wind, feeling utterly insignificant in the vast expanse of the world. She had chased external markers of success and wisdom, believing that the grand purpose of her life was an external entity to be found, captured, and then possessed. However, this relentless pursuit only served to highlight the growing void within her. The more she sought, the more elusive meaning seemed to become, until one day, sitting by a quiet stream, she felt a profound sense of exhaustion, a complete surrender to the feeling of pointlessness. It was in that moment of quiet despair, when she had finally stopped chasing, that something shifted. The stream, which she had passed by countless times, suddenly seemed different. She noticed the tiny insects dancing on the water's surface, the intricate patterns of the moss on the rocks, the gentle murmur of the current. For the first time, she wasn't looking through these things, but at them, truly seeing them. She wasn't seeking a grand answer, she was simply observing. And then, a small bird, no bigger than her thumb, landed on a branch nearby. It sang a short, sweet melody, completely unconcerned with grand purpose or meaning. It simply was. This simple observation, this unburdened presence, began to gently unfurl something within Elara. She realized that throughout her long journey she had been so focused on the destination, on the big answer, that she had completely overlooked the small, beautiful moments that comprised her life. She had dismissed the joy of learning a new skill because it wasn't the ultimate skill. She had ignored the kindness of strangers because it wasn't the ultimate connection. She had failed to appreciate the breathtaking sunrises because they weren't the ultimate revelation. Her heart, once so fixated on a singular, monumental purpose, began to soften. She started to experiment with this new perspective. Instead of asking, "What is my grand purpose?" she began to ask, "What brings me a small spark of joy right now?" She lingered a little longer in conversations, truly listening. She savored her simple meals, tasting each flavor. She spent time helping a small village rebuild after a storm, not because it was her life's mission, but because she could, and it felt right. She discovered that the sense of meaning wasn't a static treasure to be found, but a dynamic tapestry woven from countless threads of small acts of kindness, genuine connections, moments of quiet appreciation, and the simple act of being present. The healing of her heart wasn't a sudden, dramatic event, but a gradual unfolding. She learned that purpose wasn't a singular external goal, but an internal compass that guides us through our actions, our relationships, and our appreciation for the world around us. It was in the giving, not just the receiving, in the quiet connection, not just the grand declaration, in the simple act of living, not just the endless pursuit. Her life still had its challenges, but the feeling of pointlessness had receded, replaced by a profound sense of interconnectedness and a gentle abiding joy in the everyday. So, if you find yourself feeling lost, if your heart aches with the question of meaning, remember Elara. Perhaps the answer isn't waiting for you at the end of a long, arduous quest, but is woven into the very fabric of your present moment. Perhaps the greatest purpose is simply to live, to connect, to appreciate, and to contribute in whatever small ways you can, allowing those threads to form the beautiful tapestry of your unique existence. Your journey, your life is not pointless. It is a collection of precious moments waiting for your mindful embrace. Embrace the small joys, the quiet connections, and the simple act of being present. This is how you heal your heart, not by finding a grand purpose but by recognizing the profound meaning in every single step you take. And if this story resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who might need to hear it, and perhaps subscribe for more insights that aim to nourish your spirit.